What is up, guys? Welcome to another FIFA Ultimate Team video, and today I am choosing my level 15 season 6 progress rewards. We've got the choice of 3 players to choose from. You've got 87 rated cam Hagi from Rangers, you've got 87 rated striker Agudelo from Inter Miami, and finally 87 rated left midfielder Elyounoussi from Celtic. I'm going to look at each individual player's stats. We're going to talk about the best chem styles that work with them before I finally choose one of them to join my club. So let's get right into it and start off with the work rates of Hagi. He has a high attack, medium defense work rates, which are actually very good for a cam in my personal view. If you want someone more attacking, maybe a high-low kind of attack defense work rates would probably be best, but this is still very good nonetheless. Skill moves of 3 stars unfortunately is a little bit low right now, but the weak foot of 5 stars is fantastic. His attributes, he's got fantastic pace for a cam, like by far top tier pace for cams. Now, me personally talking about midfielders in that central area, I would normally say that anything over 80 plus is probably very good. So he absolutely smashes that with fantastic pace. His shooting stats are very well balanced, but a little bit weak for where we are now within game. The attack positioning of 82 is okay. That finishing of 83 is okay. Shot power of 86 is a little bit behind the power curve where we are now within game. Anything over that 90 plus is probably best. His long shots of 90 are actually very good. The volleys of 69 are not great, and his penalties of 82 are okay. In terms of his passing stats, he's got pretty good passing stats where they matter most for this particular player. Vision of 87 is a good stat. That short pass of 87 again is a good stat. Long pass of 85, a good stat. And curve of 94 is nice too. His crossing is pretty poor at 73, and his free kick accuracy is not great either at 76. However, given where he's being positioned on the pitch, they're probably not the most needed stats of all. In terms of his dribbling stats, his agility of 98 is fantastic. His composure of 82 is okay, but could be considered a little low. His dribbling of 89 is nice, and that ball control of 86 is good as well. However, his reactions of 80 are low in my opinion, and the balance of 80 is not the best either. In terms of defensive stats, I think we can skip these here, considering he's a cam. He's not going to be defending much at all, and physically speaking, his jumping is poor. Strength of 76 is a little bit okay, it's kind of a bit meh in all fairness. Aggression again at 65 is a bit meh, and his stamina of 97 is very, very good indeed. In terms of the traits this player has, he has the flair trait, which is very nice, but apart from that, a lot else to talk about with that card. It's a relatively good card, but not the best in my opinion. There's a lot of good things about it, but then it's kind of mixed in with a bit of like not so great things, so it'll be interesting to see what the other 2 cards look like as well. In terms of this Agudelo striker card, he has high attack, high defense work rates, which is interesting. Probably not the best for a striker. You really want like high medium, high low towards the attacking side of things, but it's alright. In terms of his skill moves, 4-star skill moves is very nice. That weak foot of 5 stars is fantastic as well. In terms of his attributes, his pace is very good for a striker. Anything over 90 in terms of acceleration and sprint speed is very, very good indeed. So his acceleration of 90 and sprint speed of 94 is good to see. His shooting stats, while well balanced, are not great for a striker for where we are now within the game cycle. His attack positioning of 89 is good. His finishing 83 is weak. That shot power of 96 is very, very nice indeed. His long shots of 79 are not great, and his volleys and penalties are okay. In terms of his passing stats, he's actually a pretty good passer for a striker within game, with the vision of 85 and a short pass of 89. Those are good stats. His curve of 82 is not the best. He's not going to be the most brilliant on a finesse shot, unfortunately, but that's just something you're probably going to have to accept. His crossing of 69 is poor, free kick accuracy of 66 is poor, and his long pass of 70 is poor. However, as a striker, I don't think he's going to be reliant on those particular stats. In terms of his dribbling stats, his agility of 98 is fantastic. His reactions at 81 are a little bit not great, not so good to be honest. That ball control of 88 is nice, the dribbling of 90 is great, and his composure of 86 is a very nice stat indeed. However, his balance of 62 sucks. He is going to be so easy to push off the ball from a high class defender that it is a bit disappointing. In terms of his defensive stats, quite interesting here. He seems to be able to defend relatively okay for a striker, with his interceptions of 57 and defensive awareness of 65. A little bit random. Heading accuracy here is quite nice at 89, but given how broken the heading mechanic is within game, not really too sure how much of an influence that's going to have. In terms of his physical stats, the aggression of 90 is a really nice stat. Strength of 85 is very good. Jumping of 95 is very good. But his stamina of 82 is questionable. That could be a little bit low. If you're going to play him up front and have him on stay forward, he'll probably be fine for an entire game. But if you're going to want him to come back and defend, he's going to tire pretty quickly and may need to come off around about the 70th minute mark. In terms of his traits, he's injury prone, which is not a great thing to see, and he's also got flair, which is alright indeed. This particular card, again, he's got some good parts, but also has some bad parts. I think the most glaring bad part about this particular card is balance. That is really poor balance and could make him very weak, especially on the ball. Now finally we've got Elyounoussi, and he has medium attack, medium defense work rates, which are not the best for a lot of players within game this year, unfortunately, but it's workable. In terms of his skill moves, 4-star skill moves is nice. His weak foot of 4 stars is very good as well. Now his attributes, his pace is an interesting one. His acceleration is very good at 94. However, that sprint speed of 87 is not great. Like, it's not top tier. It's getting there, but it's just not top tier. In terms of his shooting stats, pretty well balanced across the board, with an attack positioning of 85, finishing of 83, shot power of 90 is actually quite nice. Long shots of 83 is good, volleys of 88 are nice, and penalties of 76 is okay. All in all, they're good stats, but they're not amazing. In terms of his passing stats, he's got some very nice stats here too. His vision of 84 is good. That crossing of 88 is nice. Free kick accuracy 74 is a bit meh. His short passing of 90 is very good. That long pass of 87 is nice, and the curve of 84 is very good as well. In terms of his dribbling stats look really, really good. Agility of 96, balance of 95, reaction of 88, ball control of 93, dribbling of 93, and composure, unfortunately, the lacking stat here at 80. But overall, very nice indeed. In terms of defensive stats, going to skip those because he's not very good at them for a start, and I don't think you're going to be too upset with them with regards to deciding if this is the card for you. In terms of physical stats, jumping of 96 is good, stamina of 91 is nice, his strength of 74 is alright, and the aggression of 59 is a bit meh. But all in all, this is quite a nice card. He also does contain the flair trait, which is interesting. So all three of these guys have the flair trait. This card has some really, really good aspects to it. In my opinion, the only one drawback I see is his composure, but the rest of the card looks fantastic and definitely workable and usable within game. Now, in terms of the chem stars, we'll start off with Hagi first. I think the best chem star for Hagi will probably be a Deadeye. He will see some really, really good boost within the shooting and passing attributes. His attack positioning becomes a 97, his finishing becomes a 98, the shot power goes to a 96, his long shots become a 95, and his penalties become 87, which I think is just fantastic across the board. He also sees some really good passing stat boosts as well, with his vision becoming a 97, the crossing becoming a 78, free kicks become 81, short passing becomes a 97, and his curve goes up to a 99, which I think would just be very, very good and make him a real high class attacking midfielder. However, there is a slight drawback with that, in that his balance and reactions and composure are still low 80s, but that might be something that you have to kind of accept. The other chem star I would consider using with this particular player would be a Maestro. Now, a Maestro covers both shooting, passing, and the dribbling stats, which I think is probably quite favourable. So for attacking stats, his attack positioning goes up to an 87, his shot power goes up to a 96, his long shots become a 99, his volleys go up to a 74. His passing stats go up with vision going to a 92, free kick going to an 86, his short passing going to a 97, and his long passing becoming 90, and then finally he sees a nice little boost in his dribbling stats with his agility going to a 99, his reaction goes up to an 85, ball control becomes 91, and his dribbling goes up to a 99. So all in all, they make him a very good cam card indeed. Now, let's have a look at the best chem stars that I think will work best with Agudelo. Now, the only problem with this Agudelo is that he lacks in so many areas, personally speaking, that it doesn't really matter what chem style you put on him. There's always going to be one thing you're going to be left kind of disappointed by. The best chem style I think to use with him is going to be a sniper, but even then, that doesn't have the kind of best boost to the particular stat that he needs it to, which of course is balance, unfortunately. Which kind of, in my mind, makes this card a little bit redundant. However, in terms of his shooting stats, his attack positioning becomes a 94 with a sniper on. His finishing goes up to an 98, which is fantastic. His volleys and penalties also go up to high 90s too. And in the dribbling stats, his agility goes up to a 99. His balance becomes a 67. Reactions go up to an 86. His ball control becomes a 93. His dribbling goes to 99. His composure becomes 91 as well. So the main thing here is that if you get the ball to him within box, he's going to be very good at finishing off, which is just what you probably want with this particular card. However, if you're probably going to be running around with him on the pitch, he's going to likely lose the ball just because of how poor his balance is, unfortunately. In terms of any other chemistry styles, I think the sniper is going to be the best one. Looking at some of the others, I just don't think they're going to give him the additional boost that he needs within the right areas to make him any better than what he probably is with a sniper. Now finally, with Elyounoussi, I think this card just needs an engine. That's all it needs. It needs an engine. The only reason I say it just needs an engine is so he gets a big boost in pace, which he needs in order to bring his sprint speed up to that top tier, bringing it to a 92. His acceleration goes up to a 99, which is fantastic. His passing stats get a really nice boost as well, with vision going up to 89, crossing becoming a 93, free kick actually becoming an 84, short passing a 95, and long passing a 97, which is just fantastic. And then to top it all off, his dribbling stats just become super top tier. His agility goes to 99, balance becomes 99, his reactions become 93, his ball control becomes 98, and his dribbling goes up to a 99 as well. And I would say that you should be quite willing to accept the fact that his composure is unfortunately going to stay at an 80, but I don't think that's the be all or end all. And the only kind of chem styles that really do improve that, I think, unfortunately, are likely to be a sniper and possibly one of the defensive chem styles as well, which would be pretty useless on this particular card. There are other things that you might want to try with this as well. A maestro will probably work out pretty well with him, but obviously you're going to have to be mindful of the fact that his sprint speed is going to stay at an 87. And then also you could look at a maestro too, but I think his shooting stats are already relatively alright for what they are, with the shot power being at 90. And I think more important, he needs to be able to get best passes possible, in my opinion. So that's going to wrap it up for these three. And for me, I think the best player here is going to be Elyounoussi. So I am going to be choosing this Elyounoussi card to come and join my squad. But I guess the final point I'm going to make about this is that with all three players, they're going to be hard to link up in a starting lineup unless you've got the right people around them in terms of like icons or leagues or nationalities. So they're not going to be the easiest thing to kind of add to that. The other thing is you're probably going to be looking at this more from a super sub point of view. Now I think this Elyounoussi, with the stats that he has added to an engine and bringing him on towards the end of games, means he's going to be super quick, super fast. He's probably going to give defenders a bit of a nightmare. His reactions are going to be top class as well, so he'll be quick to react to everything as well. I just think he's going to work super well as a super sub within game. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your comments below. Let me know who you're going to choose as your level 15 season progress rewards. It'll be nice to hear from you. And until next time, please leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll check you guys out laters.